To some extent, I think if we actually ever do agree on an explicit definition of what art is, then we will probably have killed it off altogether. And if you've ever tried to get people to agree on a definition of art, you know what I'm talking about. Everyone has their own idea, which I think is a good thing. But that said, I do have an explicit definition of what I think art is. I think, and I say this a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but I'm also serious when I say this. Art is the product of a three-step process, not necessarily in sequence, but step one is do something, step two, call it art, and step three, believe it or get someone else to believe it. My name is Mark Biddle, and I was an engineer for 18 years until about 3 years ago when I left my day job to pursue life as an artist, filmmaker, and an author. I had insomnia when I was in high school, and I started just making marks on paper to try to tire myself out late at night, just drawing lines or circles or triangles, thousands and thousands of them. At some point I picked up a box of comics and Mad magazines at a yard sale, so the little lines and triangles turned into cartoons, and one thing led to another, and the drawings just kept getting more and more detailed, and it became a hobby, and that's kind of how I got into it. And it was fun, but I guess I didn't really realize, I wasn't really realizing whether or not I had a talent for it. It's just something that I was doing and enjoying. Official title I had was Director of Systems Engineering for a rather large engineering company. It was a good job, a good career, but as you work your way up in the corporate ladder and start to get into management and executive positions, at least from my perspective, it felt like I was leaving the creative aspect of my career behind. In the early years, I was writing software and working with hardware and working with designs of engineering designs, things that buzzed and whirred and a lot of cool stuff. But I've always had a desire to do something creative. I've always wanted to do something creative. And so the opportunity kind of arose. They went through a corporate reorganization and actually did away with a whole level of management, which included my director job. So at that point I had a choice. I could continue working as an engineer, a senior level engineer, and work back into an executive position if I wanted, or I had the option to leave the day job and take a crack at becoming an artist and pursuing the thing that I dreamed of, and so took that chance.